Hello, my name is David, and this is the 2023 Holiday Hack Challenge. We're going to start with orientation. And obviously, I'm just joking. I absolutely couldn't resist to make the same joke as the creators of this year's challenge made. By the way, they totally got me. I did exit the game and authenticated again because I thought that I signed in the wrong game. So you got me. Thank you. Let me just change the background. This is actually the 2024 Holiday Hack Challenge orientation, but this year is different. The prologue starts a month before the final act is released, and they decided to go with this scheduled release of the challenges. The first part, the prologue, contains 2 challenges, and it starts on Christmas Islands, which we left off last year. So really cool stuff. I think this is an excellent way of introducing people to the Holiday Hack Challenge if they played last year. It's a direct continuation of the story and the challenges. We have some familiar faces, some familiar looks, and familiar game mechanism. Because it's the orientation, I'm going to quickly rush through it. Maybe just point out the most important aspects of the game mechanisms, because in the past years, these were useful. So I have Burp running in the background, recording the traffic, and I will show you what you can get out of the WebSocket traffic, because there's some useful things in there. So let's look at the orientation part. I already signed in, and I have here my little character. We have the Cranberry Pie terminal here, and we have a Jingle Ring Forward. They're going to give us the orientation, basically. And all we have to do is just get familiar with the interface. So let's click on Jingle Ring Forward. I also made the other players disappear because this tiny little island here, the Frosty's beach part of, I can't remember which island was that last year, is very crowded now. So I do recommend going to settings and just take all of these to the minimum for the music volume and MBM, FFX, and also the display of other players. So I think that's a good approach. I'm going to go through fast here. Actually, probably I'm also going to mute the NPC. You can go through, of course, the explanation. And here, Jingle Ring Forward makes the same joke. So this is actually the 2024 Holiday Hack Challenge here. And Jingle is just telling us how to use the terminal, our badge. When you log in, of course, you're going to see some notifications here. You will see that one appearing as we complete the first terminal challenge. And this year is also different because they're going to allow everyone to publish their solutions the moment the next act is released. With the exception of Act 3, which you need to turn in as your entire solution at the very end of December, actually, I think 3rd of January. So right now, as I'm recording this, is November 11th, and I think we have a little bit less than 2 hours until the next set of challenges will open. So I am allowed to release these videos at the moment the new challenges are opening up for everyone. And you can also stream the challenges if you like. You can record YouTube videos. This is what I'm doing, or publish your write-ups as you progress through the challenges. I think this is great because it's more relaxed, and it also forces me to look at the challenges before the very end of December, which I'm usually doing, and sometimes I'm kind of running out of time because I also have to record the videos. So this is great because I have some incentive to solve the challenges and record the videos. That way I can also enjoy baking cookies during Christmas time and the usual stuff that people do during Christmas. So the other change here is that there's a scoreboard. Let me see if that one actually works. So you can open up the scoreboard and you can see the high scores. I think it's based on first blood type of thing. So if you achieve an objective, you solve a challenge first, then your name goes on top. As you can see now, the maximum score is 13. And another change compared to previous years is that the challenges have an easy mode and a hard mode. I'm going to record one challenge per video, so one video will be one challenge rather, and the easy mode and the hard mode will be included in those videos because the hard challenge just has a twist. It's still the same challenge. Maybe there's like an additional level that you need to solve, or you need to solve the challenge differently. And it makes sense to have the easy and the hard version in the same video, because then I don't need to, at the beginning of the hard video, introduce you to the concept of the challenge and the context of the challenge. That was the word that I was looking for. Also, as you can see, whenever I make a mistake or I can't find a word, I'm not going to edit the video. These videos are going to be all in one single take with minimal editing. This saves a lot of time for me, and it's also more fun to, you know, see me struggle and see me fail multiple times throughout a challenge solution. There is the scoreboard, the releases. What else? Yeah, you can also join a cohort and you can play together with others. That is also a relatively new addition, I think. I know that people in the past played sometimes in teams, solving the challenges together. And now this is officially part of the game mechanisms. So you can join a cohort at the login screen, if I remember correctly. So those are all interesting changes. Let me just see if I can show that one. So here the exit button actually does not log you out. There's a log out button, and you can join or create a cohort. I haven't checked this one, but if you would like to play with others, like your colleagues or friends, this is an option now, which I think is great. Okay, so Jingle Ringford is asking us to deal with the terminal here. There is also, by the way, a skip objective or story mode option. This allows you to skip challenges and go back to those challenges later, but keep advancing the game and unlock challenges, so you don't have to struggle through a challenge just to get to some challenges that may be more interesting for you. So lots of great additions to the gameplay. I welcome all of these changes. I think these are phenomenal things to make it even more enjoyable for the players playing the Holiday Hack Challenge. I think that's pretty much all. There are the usual menu items here, so later you will be able to travel to the destinations. You see the story here. You also see here past conversations. Eventually, I think we will have items, and you're also going to have hints, the achievements, and some settings that I already showed you. Now, for the achievements, you will see later on that the achievements will have a silver and a gold version. Those are the equivalent of the easy and hard mode of the challenge. Also under objectives, you will see then you either have a silver or a gold trophy next to the challenge. So that will also signal to you if you got the only the easy version of the challenge or the hard one. Now, the difficulty, I'll talk about this later when we see the second challenge of the prologue. I think it's kind of misleading. So the difficulty, I think it's really tied to the easy version of the challenge. The hard version is, and that's going to be hard. The first one was kind of obvious and easy to solve for the first challenge, but the second one, I didn't measure it carefully, but I think I easily spent over 6 hours to figure that one out. And that was part of me overthinking the challenge, admittedly, but they can be really challenging for the hard version of the challenges. So buckle up. This is not going to be an easy ride if you want to solve both versions of the challenges. Okay, so let's open up this terminal here. What we need to do is just getting used to the way the terminal works. Depending on your browser version, the terminal might be a bit flaky, so I do recommend changing browser versions every now and then, and try if it maybe loads better in Chrome or works better in Firefox. My experience is that Chromium-based browsers tend to be a bit easier to use with these terminals. You will be able to copy and paste things into the terminal. You should be able to use the copy and paste options. Let me just try to do that. So as I highlight here, the answer part, I think it pastes it into my clipboard. And when I click into the terminal, it actually pastes it in with my this is done by the right mouse click. I'm just detailing this one because I actually got comments under other videos asking me how am I doing this. It's not me, it's just a terminal, okay? But I'm using the right mouse button after I highlighted something, because often you will find yourself that you have to paste things from the output into the input part of the terminal. So just be aware of this. And this can be flaky with certain browser versions. This is a very common obstacle that people face in Holiday Hack Challenge. So I just wanted to make sure that you are also aware of it. So we need to just enter answer here, and it solves the challenge. This is really just the orientation. As you can see, you have some notifications appearing here, and you will have the small little red message flag icons appearing on these little icons. You can see that we have now an achievement. We managed to complete the orientation challenge, and under the objectives now, the trophy, the empty trophy, turned into a gold one. I wish they had a bit different color for the silver one, because it's very easy to just look at this like the empty placeholder for the trophy and mistaken it by the silver version of the trophy. You will see that as we will work through the next challenge here. But the gold trophy is very obviously marking that you solved the challenge. Alrighty, so I think we need to still talk to Jingleford. He'll explain that we are going to get to the North Pole soon, by the way, and we're just packing up here on Christmas Island. So that was the conversation part here. So I think after the end of the prologue, probably you will be able to click on the ship, which is docked over here. And if you're playing Holiday Hack Challenge the very first time, you might be looking at this video before the whole thing is released. So I just want to let you know that you can navigate with the mouse and clicking in the general direction where you want to advance your characters. I do recommend using instead the arrow keys, or either the WASD keys, like in a regular computer game if you play on a PC. You can see that we also have these various characters here. Talk to every character that you will encounter, because they might have some useful information for you. And you can see here that we have 2 terminals. I also recommend advancing the challenges in order as much as you can, because if you skip challenges, sometimes you might be facing easier ones. Maybe you have a background for certain challenges, and you do not need any additional guidance from the hints to solve a challenge, and it might be easier to skip one. But I think advancing in order makes it easier to understand the story, and looking at the intended path from past challenges, I can understand why certain challenges follow one of the challenges after another, because they might build on top of each other, or they might provide you some knowledge that and point of view that can be useful for other challenges. That's pretty much it for the navigation part. One last thing though that I would like to point out is using an interception proxy like burp or ovaf zap. It doesn't matter which one you use. I prefer Burp because we have the professional licensed version, which comes with some useful functionality, which you will definitely not need to solve the challenges. All these challenges are designed that you can work through basically in a browser. The interception proxies sometimes might make your life a bit easier. Let me show you one thing, and this will clear out what I'm actually referring to. So here, under Burp's WebSocket history, we can see messages passing by. I ordered them by length because from past year's challenges, I already know how the game engine works. And you will see this underscore scene message. I know it's teeny tiny, but just bear with me. It is the scene message here, which contains these series of ones and new line characters. We'll make some transformations on this in a second. And then the positions, the XY coordinates of terminals, characters here, also the NPCs, or maybe items will be listed out here. So if you have to find, for example, a hidden item, treasure, last year we had to do some treasure hunting. This is a great way to find those items by looking at the map. Now, I know that this map doesn't look much at this point, but let me just Control C on this, and I'm going to paste it into a notepad, and I am going to show you what kind of match and replace you can do. Let me just grab here the match and replace window, which opened in a separate screen. And if you go and, for example, using the extended mode, you look for the new line characters, you can replace them all. And this will provide you with a drawing of the map, the current location that you are currently positioned. And you can see that this is the dock. There's the ship here, actually on the other side, sorry. And you can see here the shape of the island as we navigated through, and you will be able to find the coordinates of the characters, basically using X and Y as coordinates. So you would be able to, do something like this, and then keep on going for the coordinates. And this is something that I had to use in past challenges, I think last year. Might be useful, might not be useful. At this point, I can't tell because I haven't seen all the challenges yet. Nobody did, from people who are playing it and not the creators, of course. But this can be useful for the future. All right, I think that's it for the orientation. Pretty obvious, pretty straightforward in my opinion. And I just realized that the music stopped, but that's okay. For the next challenges, I'll make sure the music stays on. I think it's just some settings that I need to set under Epidemic Sound. But for this one, I'm not gonna re-record the video. So sometimes there's some fun bloopers like this, or I might try to add another audio channel and play the music there. I'm not really sure. We'll see. Probably will stay like this. But that's all for the orientation part. I know that a lot of you are currently looking at the videos. I do recommend subscribing to the channel. I know that you keep hearing this from YouTubers, but this way, when I release the videos for the next act and the one after that, you will get a notification and you don't have to constantly monitor the challenge and the channel rather for the updates. So if you find these videos useful, then take a look around at the other parts of the channel that we have. We also have a podcast series here, some videos from streams, recordings when we were streaming, and who knows, maybe you will learn something. And of course, we also have past year's challenges as well. So subscribe, maybe click on the bell notification and make sure that you get the notifications as the videos are released. If you would like to see the new challenges released at a time when I'm releasing them. Let's head to challenge number 2, because this was number 1 kind of, which is going to be the, let me just cheat here, Elf Connect. All right, Elf Connect is going to be our next one.